What's good, y'all? It's your boy Santo G, man. Back at it with another chapter, man. I know my last chapter wasn't really a chapter. I pretty much just introduced my homeboy, and pretty much I wanted to start with his story and how we met. So I'm pretty much walking through the alley, going to the next block, and I see him. And he looks G'd up, you know what I mean? White tee, black pants, some Chuck Taylors, you know what I'm saying? And I see him, and I guess he sees me looking at him, so we pretty much just as soon as we seen each other, we just started throwing shit up, and like I said, whoop wah, and pretty much it was the same thing, you know. So I'm like, oh, okay, introduce myself, and he said he was just leaving my homeboy's house. So pretty much said what's up. I walked, talked to the homie, told him I just bumped into him, and he told me everything was good. You know, he was a solid individual. So at that time, my road dog at the time that I told you we started our own little clique, he ends up moving to Compton. His parents end up buying a house in Compton. So the homie that I just met, he stays on the same block. He lived on Stepney. It's past Centinela. There's a trailer park right there. You know what I'm saying? He lived right there in the trailer park. So it was right down the street. So as soon as the other homie was out the picture, I started chilling with him more. And he was a year younger than me, but he had the same mentality as me. And like I said, he lived right down the block. So pretty much I was with him 24/7, you know what I mean? And me and him just started running around more. And he didn't have an older brother that was from the hood or anything. At the time, my older brother, as I pointed out, he had already backed out of the life. So I was just everywhere with the homie, you know what I mean? And we were just up and down, getting into stuff. Like I said, writing on walls. The homie, he liked to get his money. Like he was more about hitting houses, going robbing stereos and stuff like that. And I'm not saying it to glorify anything, man, but at the time when you're young and as I pointed out, you know, not saying it to bash him or anything like that, but you know what I'm saying? I even said it myself, you know, my family wasn't doing too good at the time either. And you know what I'm saying? His family's like he was staying at the trailer park, you know? So it was like my boy was just trying to get some money, you know, trying to take some money home, provide, and just pretty much, you know what I mean? We wanted to just whatever we wanted, you know what I'm saying? We didn't have to ask moms or we couldn't ask moms because, you know what I mean? They didn't have nothing give us except for just a roof over our head, you know what I mean? A hot meal and all that, you know what I'm saying? And, you know what I mean? Big ups, you know what I mean? I thank you, mama, for everything you did. No, not bashing nothing, you know? I'm just saying how the situation was, just being real, you know what I mean? So my boy, he liked to just hit licks, you know. He liked to hit licks, and I was more of just being out there, you know, writing on walls, shit like that, you know. Like I said, being stupid. Not saying it to condone anything. So, like I said, once my brother was out of the picture, I was running around more, and I want to say it was sophomore year, ninth grade year. I was going to summer school. I was going to summer school in Inglewood High School. And at the time, for those of you who are familiar with Inglewood, then you already know the situation, you know what I mean? As far as the gang war that was, I want to say from like '05, '06, all the way up until like, I want to say like 11 or 12 or 13. Not so long ago, they barely called the peace treaty with everyone and it's a ceasefire, you know what I mean? But at that time, it was rough. So me living on the side of the hood that I live, as far as you know what I mean, I stayed on the Hyde Park side. I already pointed out that um pretty much when I met the homie, I was going to the street Hyde Park because that's the street that my homeboy lived on. So the Inglewood High School it's on Gravilla and Manchester. You know what I'm saying? So pretty much when for me to come back home, I had to cross through certain blocks that weren't necessarily friendly at the time. So one of the times I'm walking home from summer school, it's me and three other homies. Two of them are in bikes, and it's me and the other homie. You know what I mean? Walking. So we're walking home, and all of a sudden a car pulls up, and three people hop out. Two rush me and the homie, and then the other one just stays by the car. But I see he got his hand on his waist. So as I'm getting rushed and the other homie's getting rushed, we're right here trying to fight. And I just remember we're right here, just throwing them. And then next thing you know, I look like something told me look at the guy that was chilling by the car because he, you know what I mean? He didn't rush no one. He was just chilling there. So something told me look, and I look, and when I look, he's already pulling out. So as soon as he pulls out, I just grabbed the homie, and we started running. And by the graces of God, there was a auto body shop down the block. So as soon as we hit down the block, we see the body shop and we run inside the body shop. And good thing the paisas that were working there, they did us the bottle, you know what I'm saying? And they hid us inside. They pretty much let us go in there and chill. So I go home later on that day and I have a black eye. I have a slit under my eye and it's a black eye, So my mom sees this and I pretty much explained to her the situation. And I didn't tell her, that I was from the hood or anything like that, but I just told her, like, there might be people out there that is not friendly. It just happens. And she got scared and she took me out of school, man. She put me on home studies. And pretty much, I guess she thought it was going to take me out of that. But as I pointed out, she was working a lot. So it pretty much just led me to be like, I was on the streets more now versus the time of me I had to be in school. Now it's like I'm on the streets even more now. And the homie, you know what I mean? As I said, my boy, rest in peace, Agustin, he didn't, I don't know if he was just ditching or what, but he was never going to school. If anything, in the mornings, him and a couple of the other homies, they just started hitting houses. They'll go in the morning and they'll hit houses and stuff like that. And that's what we were doing. And fast forward that, now it's like, besides that, like I said, I was more into like, at the time, I wasn't thinking as far as like committing robberies and stuff like that. That was never my thing, you know? But I was more of a hustler, you know what I mean? Like as far as I had bud on deck and stuff like that. And pretty much Stepney Block was like the block. Back then you could catch 15, 20 people outside on that block at one point in time. So now it's like we're out there putting ourselves in jeopardy and stuff like that, and they end up passing by and spraying the block. They ended up passing by and they sprayed the block, and my god brother, they ended up hitting his son, man. They ended up hitting his 8-year-old son, and by the graces of God, he didn't pass away. He was good. And like I said, on another occasion, they ended up hitting my brother, and then some other like I want to say like a 14-year-old kid ended up getting killed too. He ended up getting killed like by Rogers Park, and pretty much it just became a situation to where I seen a lot of stuff happening around me, and it led me to go do something myself. You know what I'm saying? And I did it with the wrong person to where I did it to the wrong person to where this person ended up telling on me. And then later on, like I said, I was walking with the homie, and next thing you know, cops are jumping out on me, and they have a fucking paper, man, with my picture on it. It says wanted for attempted murder, man, and they took your boy in. You know what I'm saying? This was in March 27 of 2008, and the incident that I did the 10 years for occurred on January 20th, 2008. And I don't want to get into details as far as that. I'm just letting you guys know, just as I tell my story, just, you know what I mean? I have to say little things here and there to just solidify it so you guys could be like, okay, you know what I'm saying? I know what he's talking about or whatever. Not saying it to condone anything. I do, I am remorseful for the crimes I have committed, you know what I mean? And just like I said, I'm just telling my story. So now I go to East Lake. You know what I'm saying? The cops come, they question me. I pretty much tell them I don't want to know. I don't know nothing. I don't know what they're talking about. So they just pretty much sent me straight to East Lake, man. I didn't even stay in the police department for not even one night. They sent me straight to East Lake. So I get to East Lake, and at first, when I first get there, I'm still, getting to learn the ropes. You know what I'm saying? And like my third day there, they sent me to adult court. They just come pick me up one day. They sent me to adult court, and from adult court, they sent me to the compound in Silmar. So I get to the compound in Silmar, and I'm there. I want to say like a week, 7 days. I'm there 7 days, and I end up getting into a scuffle, and I ended up getting stitches. I don't know if y'all could see it, but I ended up going to the hospital and getting stitches. I got into an altercation with someone who I didn't even beef it with. It was just over, I guess motherfucker said I was looking at him the wrong way, or I don't know. But he ended up dope feming me, and I ended up going to the hospital and getting stitches. So now I'm in Silmar, and I'm going to adult court, and I'm fighting for my life pretty much. At 16 years old, they were trying to give me 25 to life. My first deal was 39 years, talking about I'll be out on my 51st birthday. That was their first deal for me. And I looked at them and I told my lawyer, I'm like, man, tell her to shove it over, up wherever, the sun don't shine. You know what I'm saying? Because 51 years old, what kind of life would I have had after that? But by the graces of God, like I said, I ended up taking a deal for 10, and I fought it for 2 years though. So I fought it from 2008 to 2010. I didn't hit the county till January of 2010. So we're gonna leave it off here. My bad. I know if y'all wanted more, my bad. I just don't want to spoil it all and just get into all of it. You know what I mean? I want to remember stuff little by little and give you guys the real, the raw. You know what I mean? I don't write nothing down as I tell you guys. And it's like if it's a movie playing in my head, I'm remembering at the same time. If you guys have any questions, if I touched on something and you want me to address it a little bit more, comment down below. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe, man. Hit that notification bell. Hope you guys enjoy my story, man. Let's get it. Your boy Santo G, man. I appreciate each and every one of you, man.